Welcome to our little show. Today we're going to be talking about first time periods, what to do, what we did, and what to do when it hurts and when it's not fun, and
it's not going to be fun.
Little tips. No. A lot of lucky young women out there have no pain when they have their period. Maybe a little bit of uncomfortableness, but a lot of people have very mild pain. Some people have a lot of pain. Unfortunately, I did have a lot of pain, but that's not every woman. And if you do have a lot of pain, there's tons of things that you can do to help you out. There are heating pads, there's Midol, there's a special kind of Advil for menstrual pain.
So, the medical answer would be no. There is no surefire way to know that it's going to come, and in fact, it's going to stay unpredictable, especially when you're just starting, where you might have your first period on the first of the month, and then the next month you don't have it till the 11th. That's normal, especially when you're first starting off. Exactly. It can be all over the place. But I know that when I was young, I would get these kind of symptoms beforehand where I'd get very shaky.
Okay.
I wouldn't look for that because so many people are different. I don't think you had anything like that.
No, just surprise.
So there's no way to know if your first period is coming. I think if you're just starting out, tampons are the harder, more advanced thing because you're dealing with an organ you haven't really interacted with before. When you're younger, it's not really lubricated as you grow up. As you get older, your vagina gets better at managing itself and it will lubricate itself. And when you're younger, it's more of since it hasn't really been used that much, it's more of a stiff organ.
Yeah. And
so it's hard to get open and it's hard to get the angle right because it's not straight. It's not a straight inward shot from beneath you. It's more at an angle, and everybody's angle is different. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, putting in a tampon, you might have to push it in at one angle and then change the angle to get it the rest of the way in. Yeah. That's very normal. Whereas pads, you just kind of attach them. They're sticky on the bottom, and you attach the sticky side to your underwear. Some of them have wings that you fold around the edges of the underwear. And so they stay in there all day. I've never had a pad fall out, whereas I've had tampons fall out. And they pretty much just absorb all the blood. But they're less comfortable because they're squishy as they get more blood on them. I personally use pads at night so that, you don't have a tampon in all night, that as you roll around, it's in there, it could get kind of jarred. Whereas if you're on a pad all night, you just kind of sleep on it. You don't really have to worry about it. Wear black clothing. Get black underwear, for one thing, so that you have period underwear. It's going to be helpful.
Honestly, best case scenario.
What do you think?
If you're home, and only if you're able to take off the underwear, or you have an extra pair, cold water and dish detergent.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But it has to be right away, which is a problem if you're in school.
Yeah.
So,
just know that if you go to school and you get stains on things like chair seats, it's happened to other women. It's actually very common.
Jeans are harder than you think.
Yeah.
So even if you open your jeans and there's a nice, disgusting pile of blood there, you might find that it's not on the outside. It's only on the inside. Sweatpants are not your friend.
No, they're very thin.
They're very thin, and they are very absorbent.
Yeah. Anything cotton is going to kind of suck in whatever is sitting on your underwear, and so you can even have a pad that's not leaking, but if it gets you move around and it gets smushed where somehow the angle is that the blood-soaked side gets squished facing out in the back, it's just going to go right through sweatpants.
Yeah. So the blood that comes out did change for me. but only when I went on birth control.
Mine always starts with like 2 days really heavy, and then like 3 days of it tapering from that point. And then like 2 days where it's like it's almost gone, but it's not, so I still have to wear something.
So you're
it drives me crazy. Yeah,
spotting drives me crazy too.
It's frustrating, but you get to know your body better. There are some birth controls that give you 4 periods a year or 1 period a year, and you can go to an OB-GYN and be like, I can't do this 12 times in a year. Also know that your periods change over time, and for a lot of women that means it gets lighter. If your pants smell like bread, that's a yeast infection.
Yes.
It normally doesn't happen during your period. It happens another time when you're just peeing and then the whole room smells like fresh baked bread. Your vagina has a head cold and you just need to get medicine for it.
It's not necessarily anything that comes out I would be worried about, but it's like stuff around the vagina.
Yeah.
If there's like yeast or like it looks kind of like cottage cheese.
Yeah, it's kind of yellowish.
Yeah.
Like a semi-solid
that's something to be set like a little alarmed, but again, totally treatable.
And most women get them many times in their life.
You are not the only person going through this. Every single woman is going through what you're going through. And they also hate it. And they also don't want to do it. So it almost becomes a point of almost bonding. Be open to what you're going through and understand that other women are going through it too.
When it starts, I would say, is the absolute hardest time. Because you have so many learning curves. You go and there's like pads and there's tampons and you're worried that the age you started at is too early or too late.
Yeah.
And, you know, what do you do where, like, you're worried that you smell? Can other people smell it? Because you can smell the blood. And you just have all of these fears and anxieties that those are going to go away. Like, everything's going to go away. You're going to get used to it. It is part of being female. It might seem like that's not worth it, but sisterhood's pretty awesome.
You're not alone. No one's alone.
You're not alone.
So that's the main message we want to get out.
Yeah. And we're here. And you
Yeah.
can reach out to us.
Yes, and please do reach out to us. If you have questions, if you're like, my period's not like this at all, what do I do? Comments section. We will always answer.